everybody. Welcome back to Bremen 411 News and Beyond. I'm your host, Mark Stroud, and I thank you so very much for joining in today. We're going to have an awesome time today. I've got on the show today Lisa Cagle with the Bremen Library, and she's going to tell us about some wonderful programs, some things that I didn't know. I wonder if you knew them. She's going to talk today about pickup services there at the library, virtual programs, which include a DIY section as well, summer reading, and new items that they're bringing into the library. It's going to be awesome. Programs for adults as well as children. Check this out.
We have a little over 300 books coming. We have over 45 audio books, over 125 DVD and Blu-rays, and over 40 music items. That's over 500 items that will be here and available soon for you guys to request and check out, come and pick up.
And as always, we are glad to have our wonderful mayor with us. She's going to give us another update of our city and talk about reopening of businesses. And I love this, reopening of tennis courts. Yes, we're going to have a great time. And some of the areas in our city parks, you can go out and enjoy the fresh green grass and the fresh air. Check it out.
We know that outside is much safer than inside. Hence, we're going to try to open some outside facilities before we open the gym.
Well, to start off today's show, let's go with the scripture of the day. Today's scripture comes from Isaiah 26, verse number 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Wow, I love that Bible verse. It's so inspiring to me, and I pray that it is to you. All right, well, let's go ahead and start off today's show. Here comes Lisa Cagle with Warren Sewell Library. Take it away, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Walton-Cagle. I'm the manager of the Warren Sewell Library here in Bremen. First, I want to thank Pastor Stroud for having me here today and allowing me this opportunity to tell you what's going on at the library. We are doing pickup services now. We just started and resumed that. So I wanted to let you know how you do that. One of the things that we did as this pandemic set in is we had to shut the library. In other words, people couldn't come in. Then we went to a pickup service that you come to the lobby and pick up items that you wanted. Then that had to end due to the pandemic. We just recently resumed that, and I just want to talk to you about how you do your pickup services. You will sign on to your library account, browse the catalog, place your holds, and then we'll call you when we have your items ready. If you need help with this, just call the library at 770-537-3937. Why are we doing contact-free services? We're following CDC guidelines. And just for your information, right now when you return items to the library, we have to quarantine all those items for 72 hours. So when you bring something back, it'll be 4 business days before it's actually removed from your account. But don't worry, because we're taking care of any fines, so you have no concerns there. When will the building open? Well, we don't know that yet. Due to self-service in a library, you kind of have to look at it the way you would a restaurant where you might be allowed to self-serve at a buffet or a fountain. We're not allowed to do that now because you can't keep the things sterilized. So that's basically what we're facing here in the library, and that's why we're trying to help everybody out by doing the pickup services. As I said before, if your books are late or your items are late, there's no problem. Fines have been given amnesty until June 13th. That's a Saturday. June 13th is not as random as it sounds. Governor Kemp's senior shelter-in-place order ends on the 12th, so we wanted to give everyone a chance who might be staying home to get their items back in. If it's later than that, we will still work with you, so still have no worries. How do you contact us? Again, our phone number is 770-537-3937. You can message us on Facebook or Instagram. One of the things we've been doing while we have not been able to visit with you guys inside the library building is we've been providing virtual programs. We got busy and built some really cute sets for our story time and also our staycation crafts. Story time we've been doing virtually every Wednesday morning at 10:30 since April 8th. Our virtual crafts and games are every Thursday at 4, began on April 9th. The virtual crafts are basically planned to be items that you would have at home so that you don't have to go to the store or spend any money. We've done things like sock puppets, leaf prints, Mother's Day cards, wrap yarn initials, handprint rocket art. We've showed you how to do games like bowling with water bottles and hopscotch. So hopefully you've been tuning in and having fun with that. I think by the time this airs, we will have done this program, but we're going to be doing a DIY paper spinner, homemade watercolor paints, and watercolor wind spirals. And the wind spirals are just beautiful. So, hopefully you guys will tune in and do that. Other programs that we've been doing are Zoom programs. We did a few for H.A. Jones students before school was out. If you'd be interested in us doing something like that for your group, you can call the library, 770-537-3937, and ask for Pat. We've also been doing a lot of interactive posts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. One of the things we've been having a lot of fun with is who's reading what. And we've taken a lot of our stuffies and our hand puppets, and we've went around the library. We've picked out some favorite children's books, and these puppets and stuffed animals are taking their picture with their favorite book. We're asking the kids to comment, post a picture of them with their favorite book or one of their favorite stuffies reading a book. We've had a lot of fun with that. Another thing we've been having fun with is on Monday mornings, we post while the library staff is away. And some of our critters have gotten out and had a tea party featuring Fancy Nancy books. Our dragon has been on a treasure hunt. He featured pirate books. Our dinosaurs have been roaming the library, and guess what? Dinosaur books. Our trucks have been digging up fun outside, and they featured construction books. And last, we had a bug story time. They couldn't wait for Miss Pat for the following Wednesday, so they went ahead and had their story time while the staff was away. New items. I know everybody has been, asking us to help. Can you recommend an author? If I read all of this, what can I read? And we've been doing that, and I think a lot of you guys have discovered great new authors or new old authors that you hadn't discovered before, and I hope you've been having a great time with that. But just so you know, we will be starting to receive our new items soon because we haven't had a courier or a delivery system lately. While we were closed, we continued with our book orders, our audio book orders, our DVD orders, and our music orders. We have a little over 300 books coming. We have over 45 audio books, over 125 DVD and Blu-rays, and over 40 music items. That's over 500 items that will be here and available soon for you guys to request and check out, come and pick up. We'll also be posting a new arrivals list on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you guys can check that out and see what you might be interested in. Next thing I'd like to talk about is summer reading. Since we can't do our routine normal summer reading, what we were going to be doing are crafts for pickup, take and make. We'll have fun gifts and fun packs for ages 0 to 3. We'll have fun crafts for ages 4 to 11, like mobiles, picture frame, finger puppets, pirate crafts, superhero crafts. And for our older kids, 12 to 17, we're going to have pillow crafts, garlands, lanterns, picture frames. And for our adults, we're going to have a pandemic novel. And this is what you guys can sign up for. The reason that we're wanting to do the pandemic novel is we want to be available for our future generations to let them know what we were going through, better understand, because our official sources don't always tell the entire story. And when you do this novel, this journal, they will be able to see what we did, how we felt, and how we were coping. To sign up for summer reading, you just need to call us. But what will be happening is every Wednesday, beginning on May 27th, you'll hear about the upcoming crafts through Miss Pat's story time at 10:30 in the morning. And then every Thursday, beginning May 28th, you will have a craft demo with Miss Carmen. You register for each craft Thursday, Friday, or Saturday for pickup on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Registration for prizes, the first time you register for craft, you'll also be signed up for Summer Reading Club. You'll be given a reading log. You fill out those logs and return them for prizes. They'll be due on July 31st. If okay, and we can do this, we do have Tickle Me Pink Petting Zoo scheduled for Monday, June the 29th at 10:30 a.m. We'll keep you informed about whether that can go forward or not. In closing, I was on the way to work today and I heard the Gaither local band singing the song Temporary Home, and it made me feel very much in what we're going through today. And the lyrics say, I got to remember I'm not here long, I'm just living in my temporary home, and there will be a brighter day. And I just thought that was so appropriate for what we're going through now. I just want to say thank you so much for listening. We look forward to hearing from you. We're excited about summer reading and hope you are too. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.
Awesome. Wow. Didn't I tell you? Virtual programs, pickup services. Awesome. I didn't know that these things were available. You probably did. But we all need to take advantage of these services. It's going to bless us and our families. So check it out today. All right, without any further ado, here comes now our Honorable Mayor Sewell giving us a city update.
Hello, precious friends. I'm grateful that we have another opportunity to visit together, and today I'm just going to share with you a little bit about what's going on in my brain, how my mind works. And I'm always open and grateful for any input from you, for positive, constructive criticism or whatever it is. But let me just share with you kind of where we are. We are still navigating the reentry challenges. We're learning every day. But one of the exciting things I can tell you is that all Bremen businesses are back open. They're open with moderations. They're learning together. They're learning with us about the best way to modify and to navigate the next few weeks or maybe months. We were hit by a storm that has made us have to think about how to swim. We can't float along. When you're being washed downstream by a rushing river, you don't have much time to enjoy the scenery. I was reading the other day about an eddy. Eddies in a river are places that all of a sudden start to spin you in a circle. And so when you've got a rushing river with an eddy, with struggling to know how to swim, then sometimes it will spin you around and you have to grab a limb or maybe get out and swim, float to shore. But we're still learning as we go. And businesses and schools and communities and churches are working diligently to implement safety protocols. And we're going to have to do that for a while. This may carry on for a few weeks. It could carry on for a few months. And we know that this may be timed to flu season, so that when we come to fall, there may be another rise in flu numbers. But we're going to be ready for that this time. We're going to know what to do. We're going to be prepared for it. And we're very grateful for all of the things that we have learned this far. We're retrofitting life, if you will, so to speak. Retrofitting is when you have to install things to make something better, to keep going. And so we have been a blessed people, and for a long time we've just enjoyed floating along, enjoying the scenery, and of course there were times we'd have to paddle, but we have been pretty relaxed. And now we're having to pay attention to things that we've not really had to pay so much attention to before. So we want to move forward successfully. I just want to share with you and help you to see from our perspective that some things are very hard. I know they're hard for you in a lot of different ways as well, but we're looking at things like graduation and prom and day camps, vacation Bible schools. How do you do that? Our most difficult challenge is with groups, and especially groups of kids, young people, children. How do you do that? We want to protect them, but at the same time, we all want them to have the experiences that they expect and need. And so these are very difficult challenges. And here's what I know. We know that if everybody would gather and maintain a safe distance, if everybody would wear a mask, then most likely everyone would be safe and protected, especially in outdoor activities. And we know that that is the way to prevent the transfer of the virus. Trouble is, you know people like I do, everybody's not going to do that. So that leaves us with questions. Do you take the risk and go ahead and do it? Do you take the chance that there would be dire consequences for a lot of people? Some states have become very hostile, requiring arrests of people who don't do that. That gives all of us chills. I have no intention of going there. But I believe we have a community that we can trust to work with us on this. And these are the things we're going to have to pay attention to, take care of, in order to go ahead and go back to some normal activities while being safe in doing it. So what do? The best thing for us is to work as a team, to cooperate together in respecting one another and taking care of one another, of realizing there is a vulnerable population out there that we need to help protect. We have to do what we need to do in order to move forward. I want to applaud again our community. I can't give you enough applause. It has been most rewarding and gratifying to watch our people trying really, really hard to make this work. We're currently working with our school system to see what can we do about a graduation ceremony? What can we do about a prom? What if we need to do something other than a prom? Where's a place for the girls to wear their beautiful dresses? All those kinds of things enter into life in a community. And I'm so grateful that we have a working relationship with everybody that is facing these challenges, so that it is not one ruling over another. It's coming together to come to a conclusive decision about what we really need to do, what is best for the common good, and what can best serve the needs and the purposes that we're discussing, so that we can accomplish all of the tasks. So I'm just asking you to stay on course. We're going to have to stay on this course for a while. We don't know how long, but there are healthy things about it that we should have been doing all the time. Wash your hands. All of those healthy things that would prevent any kind of sickness transfer that is contagious. And so, we're looking for where we're going. And let me give you an example, and this is one place we're going to need your help. All of us are very eager to get our recreation facilities opened back up. We know that outside is much safer than inside. Hence, we're going to try to open some outside facilities before we open the gym. We are looking at what we would like to do, the next phase. Now, I'll go ahead. As of today, tennis courts are open, so you can play tennis. You all have done such an incredible job of helping us with our walking and running only, with social distancing on our city tracks, parks, the school system parks, tracks, so that we have watched you do that very well, which makes us know that we can trust you to do some more things. What we would like to do is look for a day to open our ball fields, not for any group or organized sports. We're just not there yet. We can't do that. We can't manage that. But if you want to take your children out and throw a few balls, if you want to go bat some balls, if you want to go kick some soccer balls with your family, then we want you to be able to do that, to just get outside and have a place to go. But we're going to have to ask for your help in waiting with us to get to the place where we can feel safe, where the CDC feels safe, where our local health community feels safe about contact interactive sports that our kids always love to play, and maybe some adults too. So that will kind of be our next phase, is to give an opportunity to just get on the field. Just get out there with your children, throw, kick, run, have a pretty green grass place to get out and just get in the sun and have some activity. But it's going to require your helping us put these parameters in place so that we know we can be safe and stay healthy so we can get to the next phase, which will be some group activities for kids. We cannot do playgrounds for a while. And the simple reason for that is one of the most contaminated places for germs and for transfer of germs. We just don't have the capacity right now to keep those playgrounds sanitized. So I will ask you for a while until we see down the road a little bit and see where we are with some of these things, to just let's stay off the playgrounds, but get out there and run and kick and romp. And Matt Cody, our recreation director, will be in touch to let you know about dates when we can start doing those things. We're hoping, don't hold me to this. This is just you and me talking, don't tell the world. Maybe June the 1st, we could start doing some of these things, opening some of the fields. But we have to approve that, and we want to work again with the school system and be sure that they feel safe about doing the same thing so that we've got the same kind of parameters all over town and not one place competing with another place. So we're going to have to ease back into some things. We're all ready to get back into life. We're just going to have to do it a different way for a while. The things that are still of utmost importance, number one, please, if you're sick, stay home. If you don't feel well, if there's any question that you might have something that could be contagious, please stay home. That's number one. Number two, wash your hands and use hand sanitizers. Those two things will go a long way to helping keep all of us healthy and to prevent the transfer of not only the coronavirus, but any other virus, any other germs that are out there. We always need to be on the lookout for our vulnerable populations. I don't know that we can. I've been brainstorming just with myself about if there are some activities or some things we could do with some of our children who have compromised health issues, that we can get them outside or give them a certain time to play. There's a whole conglomerate of people out there that we need to consider, that we need to think about, that we want to protect and provide opportunities for. There are a whole lot of things we've learned through this. I was kind of thinking through making a list. I've been reminded of how connected we are to each other, how connected we are to the whole world. That's a little bit of a new way of thinking for me. I've been aware of it, but I think we're more connected to it than I've ever thought about before. I could get in trouble for saying this, but here's the way I think about it. One sneeze in China, and look how far it went across the whole world. Now, I don't know that it started with a sneeze, but it could have. And one sneeze going from country to country to person to person. And now there are some countries that are just entering a horrible phase of the coronavirus epidemic, and they don't have facilities, they don't have medical care, they don't have medicine, they don't have information. And we need to be concerned about those people and pray for them. Also, the countries that are facing other horrible disasters. I was reading this morning that in Bangladesh, one of the worst storms in history is about to hit their coast. And to have to be involved with all of these things at the same time is very, very difficult. It's dangerous for people. And we are connected to that because we're part of the world. Archibald MacLeish, years ago, back in the 1960s, called us riders on the earth together. And we are indeed that. And so we're just connected. The next thing that I thought about that we've learned again or been reminded of is how to weigh the differences between needs and wants. Sometimes in an affluent society, we don't do a very good job of knowing how to separate needs from wants, of letting our expectations take control. Sometimes we expect that we ought to be able to do things the way we've always done things. Well, the truth of the matter is there may be better ways of doing things than the way we've always done them. So we've been catapulted into new ways of thinking, into different ways of doing things, maybe better ways of doing things. One of the things for me at my age, I'm not a very technology-oriented person, but one of the things that has intrigued me so much is things that I thought about might be happening 5 or 10 years down the road. We were booted into it all of a sudden, such as online schools, all of the things that we're doing at the library that are online, all of these virtual opportunities. And we can't go back from doing that. We have become used to that just in these 2 months. And we've got to keep on. We've got to build on that. We've got to worry about the parts of Haralson County we have that do not have access to internet. For children to be assigned internet tasks to do at home that don't have computers and don't have internets is a problem. And so all of those things become weighty, and they're things that some of us are accustomed to, don't have to worry about having. But as we're partners in the world, we've got to see how all of this comes together and how all of this is going to fit. So we've got to really learn to ask, do I really, really need it, or do I just want it? And we're going to have to go through a season now of focusing on needs instead of on wants, so that we can accommodate the things that are going on in our world. I've also been reminded of the importance of saving a few dollars every month for an emergency fund. How many times have we heard for years, you need to be putting money aside so that you've got 2 or 3 months of money to live on in the event of an emergency? Well, most of us thought that'd never come. You know, we would never need that, but now we do. And so we need to be good stewards of what we have. You know, we may not can put aside much, but anything over a period of time will mount up. We've learned that we need each other. We're in this together. I've read so many experiences of people going through old photographs, reading old recipes, starting to cook again, recognizing family members and learning things about them that you never realized before, just reconnecting with our history, with our past, and reconsidering our future. And those are valuable times. Those are good things that have happened during this time. So there's a lot going on that in one person's little world, you may not imagine what all is out there that has to be considered. But you are a part of this. You're a part of these decisions. And so we would love to hear from you if you have questions or if you have suggestions. But this morning, just let me close with just 2 or 3 quick things. I said it in the beginning, but I'm so excited to say that all Bremen businesses are open. That means they made it. They made it this far. And it also means they're opening with moderations, they're opening with safety precautions, and I applaud our business leaders and our owners for being willing to do that, for helping to take care of our community as they're taking care of their businesses. But I also want to encourage you to buy local. Let's do business with these people. If you have some money to spend, spend it in town. Spend it with these people that have been wrestling and working hard to make a living while providing food and nourish all kinds of other things, you know, for our community. So I'm really excited about that. I also want to remind you that early voting is going on now. So you can go up to the Haralson County Courthouse and vote. There are several special, especially important elections on there. And you want to be a part of that. I will tell you that all Haralson County positions that we have candidates for, they all qualified as Republicans. So whether you are a Republican or not, you need to get a Republican ballot. But whether you get a Republican ballot, a Democrat ballot, or an independent ballot, the SPLOST vote is on all 3 ballots. That is a critically important vote for our county. So I beg you to participate in those things. I know a number of you are voting absentee ballot. I feel perfectly safe with that. in Haralson County. I don't know that I'd feel safe with that everywhere in the world, but we are a blessed people. And we have good people, good things in place to protect our rights, to protect our privileges. And so please, please be sure to vote. I also want to mention that we are in Memorial Day weekend. What an important day that is in the life of our nation. I think Memorial Day dates back to as early as the Civil War. And it is a time when we honor the men and women who have died in military service. I hope that maybe you will think about that, think about how fortunate we are. Memorial Day allows us to commemorate the people who have died in military service. Veterans Day allows us to honor veterans who are serving now. So we will have that opportunity on November the 11th. But what a time to consider our country, to consider the history of our country, our heritage, the purpose of our country, and the things that today we're having to fight to hold on to. There are people who would destroy this in a heartbeat. And I hope you will stand with me in saying, we're not going to let that happen. I hope you will spend some time. The weather's supposed to be pretty this weekend. Go up and just take a walk, or just, if you can't walk much, just sit down and sit a spell, as my grandmother would used to say, in our Veterans Park. We have a beautiful Bremen Veterans Park right across the street from the Warren Sewell Library. And we're constantly working there, adding things to it, adding pavers, and we're in the process of lighting the water tanks. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait to see it when it gets turned on. But enjoy our park, take a stroll, and take a walk on our sidewalk there that is meant to replicate the walk at the tomb of the unknown soldier. It's the same distance, and there's information there for you on a sign as to how you can do that. But be grateful with me, rejoice with me in the resources, the people, the opportunities we have. We're doing fine. We're going to keep rowing. We're going to swim this river, and we're going to come out the other side, and then maybe the day will come when we can just rest on the beach for a while. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, a terrific Memorial Day weekend, and I will look forward to visiting with you again another day. May God bless you.
Wow. Well, thanks, Mayor. Thanks so much for your hard work and dedication to our city. We appreciate you so much, and we are praying for you. Thank you for being so faithful. Well, all right, everybody, that concludes today's show. It's a wrap, and I hope that you were blessed, encouraged, and informed. Tune in again next week, and we'll do it all over again. Now, don't forget, you can go to my website at kingdomrock.org, and you can click on the Bremen 411 tab there to catch up on past episodes. It's going to be great. Or if you want to see this one again, that works too. And remember, you can share this video with a friend so that they can be encouraged and informed as well. Until next time, remember that Jesus loves you, and so do we. Choose him as your Lord today. Only he can make a way, and I will see you the next time.